and welcome back to One Girl Evolution. I'm so happy to be back. I hope that little break wasn't too long without me and Benji. We certainly missed you guys. But I wanted to do like a mid-season break, how they would do in the old days, like 24 to 26 episode season, and then a mid-season break after like the 12th or 13th episode. So I thought I would do the same, take a little 1 week break, and now we're back for the rest of the season until we take a break again between season 1 and season 2. But I hope you have all been well and staying safe and living life as fullest as you can. This week we are back with some new topics, obviously, and of course segments in between. But we're going to talk about periods. We're going to talk about, it's funny, we're going to talk about pet birthdays, and we're going to talk about dreams, like the ones you have when you are asleep in bed. And of course segments in between, and happy to be back, and I hope you enjoy. So, our first topic back is pet birthdays, since we have Benji here. And I don't want him to leave yet. I wanted him to be here for this topic specifically. Because his birthday was last week, and he turned 3. And, yes. And we celebrated. He got treats and toys. And so I just wanted to talk about how I think it's special to throw your pet, whatever, your dog, your cat, whatever pet you have, a bunny, maybe you have a ferret, maybe you have a little hamster, or a hermit crab, or a fish, whatever you have. I hope you know their birthday. Hope you know the day they were born, or maybe it was the day you got them. You can celebrate, and just celebrate having this companion in your life, even though they can't talk. They know, you know what they say to you. Me and Benji have conversations all the time. He's looking extra sweet today, I'm sorry. Me and Benji have conversations all the time, so I know that he's an Aquarius like me, so I know he wants to celebrate his birthday. But, I don't know. The whole point of this is just to spread awareness, to celebrate your pet's birthday. Come lay, get comfortable. Exactly. Can I help you? Okay. Is that a little better? I don't know. You do you. Sorry. Okay, well. Yeah, like, I don't know. They're a part of the family. They're your most loyal companion. I know that you keep them in your house, basically, not against their will, because they want to be there. Our souls chose each other, I think. But, I don't know. You celebrate your birthday, I hope you celebrate your birthday. I hope you celebrate the day that you came onto this earth and changed everyone's life, because you're amazing and you should celebrate yourself. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about celebrating I think he keeps me sane, even though he does drive me insane sometimes. But just my little baby. I think that you should celebrate everyone you love, obviously, and that includes your pets. I don't get the people who bash on that, who hate on like when someone celebrates their pet. Why? Do you not have joy and laughter in your heart? That makes me sad. I love celebrating my dog. This is my only my second dog, but I celebrated both my dogs. My first dog, he had a whole, we call it Sentillo. It's a headband, and it said happy birthday. He's gone. He said that's enough camera time. And it said happy birthday, and he wore it every year on his birthday. Oh, he was bringing a toy. This is his Stitch. He got Stitch a few months ago, not for his birthday, just because Mommy went on a trip, and of course he had to get something back. Here you go, play with him. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I spoil my dog. But it's all about just, I don't know, celebrating the people and the other sentient beings that bring you happiness on a day-to-day basis. So celebrate your pets. If you're in the Miami area, this is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but I saw this on TikTok the other day and I knew that I was going to be talking about this week. So I was like, oh my god, let me plug them. There's a new pet bakery here in Miami called Pawcurry. So it's like paw curry, like instead of bakery, Pawcurry? I don't know. I'll write it. But so cute, and they make like cakes for your dogs. They probably do it for cats too. I'm sure it's probably just like the standard pets. But we can figure out a way to celebrate all the pets. I'm sure there's in pet stores you can go get your pet if you have an exotic pet or just not a, you know, it's not normal, but like the most like common pets. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about how we should all be celebrating our animals, because they're silent, but they love you so, like no one else could, genuinely. Like, this dog loves me so much. He gets so excited when I get home. And I've never met anyone who is like that. I mean, like, I get excited when my mom gets home, but she's still more excited to see him. But I don't know. You know, just there's something about your pet, that this unspoken bond, and I feel like we should all be celebrating them. And don't let people make you feel bad about celebrating your pet, about spoiling your pet, giving your pet treats and gifts and toys and presents, whatever you want to give them. Give it to them, because they love you and you love them. And you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. I don't know. Celebrate your pet on their birthday, every day, on Valentine's Day, on Christmas, on whatever you celebrate. Everything. Everything. Celebrate they're parts of the family. They're part of the family. And they deserve to be a part of the fun. I actually saw another TikTok of this dog. I don't know what kind of dog it was. I want to say like a greyhound something. I don't know dog breeds, couldn't tell you. But he was such a sophisticated gentleman, and he sits at the table with his family for like all of the events, like for New Year's, for Christmas, for birthdays. Like, he just sits at the table. Like, he doesn't try and eat the food that's at the table. This guy would be on top of the table trying to eat everything and everyone. It'd be a massacre. But that gentleman was sitting so properly, just watching and listening. Apparently he sits and has breakfast with his mom every morning, and they watch Good Morning America together while the mom eats, and he just sits and he watches. No, find this video. And it's not AI. It's not, because I don't like AI videos. But it was so cute, and he's so cute, and my dog is not as well trained, but he is just as celebrated. Probably not. That guy was treated literally like a human. I try and treat him like a dog sometimes to remind him, like, hey, you are a pupper, but he thinks he's a baby. He thinks he's a little baby, and that's okay. That's okay. But celebrate your dog, celebrate your cat, celebrate your pet, celebrate whatever animal you got in the house, because they love you and you love them. Or if you have them, you should. You know, like, don't have a pet if you don't like pets. Simple as that. But okay, love your pets and tell them that I love them. Okay, tell them that I love them for me, because I can't, like, just let them know for me. I love them, okay? And you. Aww. Alert! We have a new crush this week. And our crush of this week is JFK Jr. John F. I don't know what the F stands for. John Frank, I don't know. John F. Kennedy Jr. JFK's son, Jackie O's son. What a gorgeous man to have walked this earth. Gone far too soon. I wasn't even alive when he passed on. But God, I had seen his picture a few years ago. You know, he's like just one of those known people that everyone talks about for some reason. Like, he just was amazing. But now that I'm older and I can understand like what he did, how he be looking. You see, I got nervous. How he be looking. How he was looking. He was a looker. What a beautiful man. They need to make more men like that, or more men need to like carry themselves like that. I don't know if it's the style he had, the haircut, or if it was just everything and him rolled into most amazing package. And not only was he beautiful, he was also like smart and generous and personable and charming. Like, he had like the whole fucking package. He wanted politics to be talked about in the same way as football and like pop culture, and I agree. Like, he was so smart and so ahead of his time. Like, that was in the 90s and we still aren't there yet. Like, very fascinating, very interesting. He was just everything I learned more about him, he becomes finer and finer in my brain, and now he's just on this big pedestal in my head of being the most amazing man to have ever lived. But he was just so beautiful, and I wanted to... Everyone's obsessed with him right now. Next week, for sure, we're probably going to talk about the love story, but we're not talking about it this week. But everyone's obsessed with him right now. Everyone's obsessed with the actor that's playing him in there, but himself, his face, God damn. Yeah, I'm down bad. I literally had to hold off from starting the show because I was like, I might become more unwell than I already am. I need to give myself some kind of leash. I need to know that I have some kind of self-control. But, oh my Lord. If you know a man that looks like that, me and my friends are very much interested. But, yeah, who is your crush of this week? It's probably JFK Jr. If not, it's someone else. And I don't know the guy's name. Paul Anthony? I don't know. But if it's not one of those two guys, I would love to know who it is, because it's just that. That's all I've been seeing. And I'm okay with it. Very happy, in fact. Okay, so, talking about, like, dreams, like the dreams you have while you're sleeping at night, I have a question. And I feel like there are people who agree with this, and I know that there are other people who literally don't like dreams, don't think that they have any significance, don't think that they mean anything, and just completely ignore the dreams that they have. They don't talk about dreams, nothing. And I find that so interesting. I, have always had such vivid dreams ever since I was a child, and a lot of them would recur, or they would just be, so out of this world kind of thing. But I never had dreams that I feel like other people had, of teeth falling out, of being naked at school, of flying, or being an object. I've never had dreams like that. I've always been me in my dreams. I've always felt like it was real, but it's not real, or I need to get back. When I'd wake up and think I need to get back there, very strange, vivid feelings and thoughts while I'm in my dreams. So I don't know what that is. But I wanted to ask and see if other people not necessarily agree with me, but also have the thoughts that dreams could be a different dimension that we get to project into in a way, and be in that dimension for a little bit, or if you believe in everything everywhere all at once. I've talked about that kind of theory before. Not theory, but you know what I mean. That it's just a different timeline, and you embody that person for a little bit, and you're just in that version of you's dimension while you're asleep, and you're just jumping from them in each dream, or each night. I don't know, but dreams fascinate me. I used to have reoccurring dreams. I had this one that me and my sisters would be taken by witches and put in a cauldron. This was obviously when which is where propaganda is to me to be bad and evil and want to eat children. I was very young, but I had this dream so often that they would come and they would take me and my sisters and they'd put us in a cauldron and they would try and eat us. But then as I got older, like, being young and having that dream, obviously I was afraid of it, but as I got older, I think I misinterpreted the dream, because me and my sisters are all very, like, witchy in our own sense of it. Even though they kind of steer clear from it, they're not as, but they just have it within them. Like, they could say something and it happens, or they just know things. Like, they're witchy in their own right, and I know that I love witchiness, love witchy culture. So I don't know, I think back at that dream and I'm like, was that telling me something? What, were they saving us? Were they trying to teach us? Like, what? Because I don't get a scared feeling from it anymore. So I think I was just scared because I didn't know what was happening, not because there was a feeling, like, of actual terror that I should know about, because I think I have very good discernment. I don't know. Also, it's a dream, so you can easily chalk it up to, it doesn't even matter. Me, I love to think about everything. I think about everything. So I don't know. I find dreams very fascinating. I feel like they're messages. I feel like they are, like, signs, and then also just, like, showing you, like, the different dimensions, in a sense. I don't know. You know me. I think, okay, be careful. He freaks me out when he eats his bone in crazy ways. But you know what I mean? What dreams have you had? And if you think like this, that, like, your dreams are trying to tell you something, or, like, show you something, or just, I don't know. Are you going to a different timeline? What do you think? This is all entertainment purposes, just in case. I have a new movie for us this week. It's so cute. So, okay, I don't know. I turned 25 in January, and I don't know if I should still be watching movies set in high school, but I'm gonna continue watching them because they bring me joy, and they're so cute, and I don't know, it's not that I want, it's just cute, like, good, like, everyone in high school should have, like, I think a couple to look up to. Like, I remember in high school when I watched, what's that movie called? It's A Walk to Remember. Kills me every time. It's such a sad movie, but that's not the movie we're talking about today. But that movie, like, I was like, oh, there's good boys. Like, there can be good boys. And thought that was beautiful. This movie, even though he starts off, he is a good boy, but he does some stupid shit. It's called Kissing is the Easy Part. Let me make sure that's what that's called. Yeah. Kissing is the Easy Part. And it's two actors that used to be on Disney Channel, actually. So the boy is Asher Angel, and he was on Andy Mack. I don't remember. It was more, I have a best friend that has a sister that's like 3 or 4 years younger than us, and so it was like more her time when that show was on. So I would go over and we would see that, and I was like, okay, cool. I recognized him, like, oh, he's the little boy from that show. His name's Asher Angel. Turned into a beautiful young man. Such a handsome guy. And then her, I'm obsessed with her. I think she's beautiful. I can say this because she's older than me. She's playing in high school. But whatever. We all look young. Her name is Paris Burlack. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. She's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And she was on Mighty Med on Disney Channel, but she was also on something else on Disney Channel. I don't remember. Oh, My Invisible Sister and something else. But, which that one's a movie. But she was also on Alexa and Katie on Netflix. So cute. She's been on other stuff too. She's beautiful. He's super cutie. And just the movie was so cute and, like, wholesome. Obviously there's, like, a sad part because, like, every freaking love story has to have a climax and a tragedy, and then they get back together and everything's nice and beautiful and magical. Oops, spoiled it, but, like, we know how the story goes, guys. Come on, we've all seen the movies. But it was so cute, and I don't know, to me, like, I love movies that give you hope. Like, there's someone out there that will understand you better than anyone else. And I truly believe that. And I think that there's more than one person, but there's someone who can come into your life and really understand you for that time of your life. And no matter how it ends up, whether you stay together forever or you don't, for that time, it's a beautiful thing. And I truly believe in that. I think that's amazing and beautiful and gorgeous. So if you've seen it, let me know, and if you have other recommendations, let me know. So, another thing I wanted to talk about was periods. I want to talk about periods because, so a few weeks ago, I actually hung out with someone, like a friend that I hadn't hung out in with a long. So a few weeks ago, I hung out with a friend that I hadn't hung out with in a while, and they didn't know that like, how do I word this? So, like, obviously the menstrual cycle is a cycle. It's a 28-day cycle. Obviously, our lives, I've talked about this before, I think, is a 24-hour cycle. Like, that's what we go off of, and that's like how the male biological clock, I don't know the terminology, but that's how, like, men go on a 24-hour cycle, and so that's just like how the world is. But women, their bodies are on a 28-day cycle. And so I realized in this conversation with my friend that they didn't understand, one, that, and two, and like, not to shame anyone, this is not taught in schools. This is why I want to talk about it, because I feel like it should be talked about more and people should educate themselves on it. I'm not going to go in depth because I'm by no means an expert, but I do get a period, so I think I know some things. So we're going to talk about it. But they didn't know that, like, that it was a 28-day cycle, and then just all the different phases of the cycle, and like what women's bodies like truly go through. So that's what we're going to talk about today. The 4 phases of, I believe it, like, of our cycle, because the menstrual cycle is just one phase. We're going to see women's cycle phases. So, okay, so it is called the menstrual cycle, but only one is called the menstrual phase, and then the next is the follicular, then ovulation, and the luteal phase. So, typically lasts between 21 to 35 days, and the reason for this, obviously, is so that, like, we're preparing to get pregnant and have a baby, but that doesn't always happen. You're not doing that not every month you're gonna get pregnant, you know? So it's just sheds, and that's what the period is. It's, so we're gonna go phase by phase. So, the menstrual phase is, your first day of your period. So that's when your cycle starts. And that means, like, that your uterine lining is shedding. So for the past month before this first day, your uterus has been getting ready to house a baby. It's been, like, making, like not functioning itself, but like making itself like livable to shelter and house a baby, and to make it grow and do all the things, right? But when you don't do what you need to do for that egg, it's gonna shed. And so then that's what the period is. That's what all that blood is. It's just the uterine lining shedding and getting rid of all that extra, like, I think of it as like protection, but I don't know really what it is. It's just lining of the uterine wall. It goes away and it sheds, right? And so that's why, like, we have a lot of hormones. Like, we don't feel as good. We are bloated. Usually acne is more prone in this time. Cramps, because it's getting rid, like, it's contraction. It's getting rid of that, not contractions, but it's like contracting in a sense. It's like getting rid of that lining. Back pain, because it's all like around. You get sensitive in your breasts, because I don't know why, but you do to me, I think it's like, oh, no, I don't know what I think. And then mood swings, because your body's going through it. So yeah, you might feel good at 1 minute and then horrible the next. Give us patience, give us grace, give us love, caringness, you know? So that's like that's like 1 to 5, if not 7. It depends. Some women, their periods last longer. Some women, their periods last not as long. Mine used to be only like 3 days when I was first starting out. That was amazing. I was one of those girls that wanted her period. Why? I don't know. Now I'm like, I get why they told me to wait. But whatever, it's what makes us, I guess. I don't know. Then after, well, I guess no, the whole first, I'm super butchering this, but yes, it's the follicular phase is in the menstrual phase, but it's just the menstrual phase, the first. Does that make any sense? It's both the follicular and the menstrual phase, but it's more so the menstrual phase the first few days. But it's also just the follicular phase from day 1 till day 13. And because that's when, what does it say? I don't know what that says. In the ovaries develop with one maturing into an egg. And so then your estrogen rises to repair the uterine lining. So like everything that just shed, it's just trying to repair it as you're going. That's probably why it's at the same time, because as it's shedding, it's like, okay, well, we got to rebuild and not kill this girl. I don't know. So in the follicular phase, your energy starts to rise, you get more confident, and you're more social. I don't know about that, but that's what this thing is saying. For me, right after my period, I guess I do feel a little bit more, we're getting over it now. So yeah, I guess I do feel a little bit more like active and energized, but still it's like getting over those symptoms, so I don't know. Usually for me, which is the next phase, the ovulation phase, that's day 14 until, well, okay, ovulation is just 1 day, but you're fertile for like 7 or more days, whatever. Dude, I don't think this is right. Let's look again. Let's look somewhere else. Yeah, okay. So ovulation is for a few days. So ovulation is like when it's supposed to be like that you want to go and like do the thing that, you know, I don't know why it gets so awkward, but like your body's like, okay, let's go and make that baby, and you're like, can you calm down? Because that's like your instincts of like your innate like to me it's like caveman times, like we just instinctually not are in heat, but like we're like, okay, like everyone's more attractive, I think, and like you're more open. It's, for me, it does depend. Ovulation, like sometimes I feel like shit, and I know some girls, they feel like shit during ovulation, and they get like period symptoms, but during ovulation I get ovulation cramps all the time, but mine fluctuates where like some months I'll feel really good while I'm ovulating, and some months I won't feel good when I'm ovulating, and I'll feel like ugly and gross and whatever, you know, you usually would feel on your period. But to me, I don't know, I think that one changes like with everyone. But for ovulation, that's, yeah, like it says a higher libido, like you're more, it encourages reproduction. You're more like, hey. But some people are also like not. They're like, no. So I think it just depends. And just talk with your partner and ask them. And then phase 4 is the luteal phase, which is like the rest of the days. So ovulation as from like day 15 is like day 15. It's around there. And then all the rest of the days are the luteal phase. And the luteal phase begins right after ovulation and lasts until the start of your next period. During this phase, the body prepares for a potential pregnancy by secreting progesterone, which helps maintain the uterine lining in case of an embryo implant. So the luteal is like your uterus is going, okay, let's get ready for a baby. Let's get ready. It's like making the baby's room. It's like making the nursery if you were gonna get pregnant. So it's like getting ready for those next 9 months that it thinks it's gonna have, but no, because you didn't get pregnant and you got your period. I don't know what you want to do, but you do whatever you want. For me, so yeah, so the luteal phase is like getting ready, whatever, and then it says the symptoms are, it can be challenging for some women. Oh, it's the PMS. It's like the week before. Oh God, girl, come on. I've been doing this for lots of years and I can't even, sometimes I get really confused with like the scientific terms and like the layman's terms. Yeah, PMS to me is layman's terms. But yeah, it's like the week before your period where you're like not feeling great. You get mood swing. It's like there is 1 week out of the month that we feel normal. And I don't think any of us know that week, which week it is. I think it changes monthly. For me, it used to be my ovulation. Now, I don't know what it is. But you know what I mean? Like, we are, like, this is all the time. Every woman is in one of these phases all of the time. So shouldn't we know what each phase means, what the symptoms are for that phase, maybe how we're feeling, what we can eat, do, and I don't know. Yeah, like what we can eat during it to make it better, what we can do during it to make it better, and what we can learn. I don't know, all the things. But I just find it so interesting that we didn't learn about this in sex ed in late elementary, middle school. Like, I don't know. Because I learned sex ed in 5th grade and then again in 7th grade. Or again in 6th grade, something like that. But I learned it twice. And I never heard about this. I learned about that in school, I believe, like twice. And never learned about, like, I just learned about how we PMS before we had our period, and then there was a day that was more prone, like, for pregnancy. So I find that very interesting that we didn't learn about half of the populations, like the way their body functions. I feel like we would all understand each other better. But yeah, I just find that very interesting. So if you have a partner that does menstruate, like, learn about it and figure out, like, how to make them feel better, how, like, what they should be eating and, like, doing, like, during that week. And if you yourself just want to know, like, it's so helpful. Like, I, this year, want to start to actually figure out, like, each time, like, each month, like, where am I in my cycle? What should I be doing? What should I be eating? How should I be, like, should I be more active this week, less active this week? You know, all the different things that you could be doing to help yourself. And that's why I say if you have a partner who does that, like, wouldn't you want to help your partner and help yourself better understand them? I know that there's people out there that want to do that and make life better, easier, and more beautiful for everyone. But I just find that very interesting. So I guess we're going to have to do our own research. I hope your period treats you well. I hope you're treating yourself well. When you're on your period, give yourself grace. Because it's literally like your body's just doing its thing and it's working overtime, and to me doing, like, not something I can't understand, but just like, you do that, girl. I don't know what you're doing, but yeah, that's my take on periods. What do you think about periods? What do you have going on? Welcome back. to Tarot Card Shuffle Weekly, whatever the name of this segment is. Welcome back to hear what is going on, what is happening for us this week, what do we need to know. Knock 3 times, split the deck. Ooh, the Magician is where we split it at. Interesting. Okay, let's see what we need to know collectively this week. What is... I'm scared that you can't see my head. I'm gonna move back a little bit. What do we need to know? What's going on? Okay, Knight of Cups. We split there. Interesting. Okay. What's going on? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know? What are the messages? Spirit, God, universe. What do we need to hear this week? Anything? Ooh, okay. Okay. So we have 3 cards right now. Okay. Let's shuffle some more. Is there anything? Give us more clarity on these cards, if there's anything else we need to know. Ooh. Okay, it's a bigger reading today. This is our last shuffle, but let me clean up a little. Doot, 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 doot. Oh, the Lovers. Let's see, this is the last shuffle. Is there anything else, any more clarification we need for this reading? Any messages? It's 7:15 on my clock. I don't know if that's significant, but I read 7:51 because a little bit dyslexic. Now it's 7:16, so still don't know if that's significant. But only one came out, that was left, and this is the bottom of our deck. I can't help but feel, okay. We're gonna have 2 bottoms of the deck because the card under was calling out to me. So vamos a ver qué estás pasando aquí, okay? I love to say my Spanish sometimes in a really bad accent. What I said was, vamos a ver qué estás aquí. What did I say? Yeah. Vamos a ver qué estás aquí. I like to add an R to aquí. I don't know why, but it's just my version of Spanish. Okay, so we have the 4 of Swords was the first card that came out. The 4 of Swords appears when you must remove yourself from a stressful situation and find time to rest and reflect. So if there's anything that's been stressing you out in your 3D, remove yourself from it, and you find that time to rest and reflect. You make the time, because what do we always say? We put ourselves first. We have to fill our cup to fill other people's cups. Let's see. The next card is the Page of Pentacles, so let's see what this page wants to tell us. So, the Page of Pentacles, this page begins his journey toward a financial project. He is full of energy and excitement for what's to come. So maybe what's causing you stress is finances or some kind of work situation, and you need to take yourself out of there. And, 717 is an angel number for me, so I don't know if maybe it's one for you. That's on the clock. But you need to step yourself out of there and go on with, and like get that rest and reflect. And I feel like maybe something will pop into your head or an opportunity will come towards a financial project, and it'll fill you with energy and excitement for what's to come. But let's see what this 5 of Wands is telling us. Yeah. So the 5 of Wands describes a time when you may face opposition and conflict in your current situation. This may be due to miscommunication. So maybe you may face opposition in this, like, of taking yourself out of the situation and going towards your own project that's causing you excitement. But maybe it's because you're miscommunicating it, or someone's miscommunicating their feelings about it. But you may face opposition in that regard, but it's due to miscommunication. So remember to speak clearly and remind people to speak clearly about what they're feeling. Ace of Wands is what's next. The Ace of Wands is a card of new ideas and desires. This card urges you to be planning how to obtain your goals and to follow your inspirations. So I can't help but think of that Page of Pentacles. Like, I feel like you have a new idea or a new desire, and you need to follow that and set your goals, and you can obtain them. You can make them happen. The next card that came out was Temperance. So let's go see what Temperance has to say. So, the Temperance words. The Temperance card depicts a genderless person with wings. They stand firmly with one foot in water and one foot on the ground. This symbolizes the need to stay grounded in order to find balance in our lives. Using both wisdom and creativity are both essential in this situation. So I think whatever newness that you're going towards, that you may be facing some miscommunicative opposition from, but you need to go forward in it. You need to remember to stay grounded, as well as optimistic and, like, not delusional, but, like, you know, like, just stay grounded and know, like, that everything's going to work out, but you have to use both your wisdom and your creativity in the situation. And so the next card is the Lovers. Let's see what the Lovers has to say. I don't think the Lovers have ever come out. That's so much fun. I have to cover them up. I don't know if I already showed you them. Oops. I always forget that these cards be showing bodies, but we're all human. Like, we all have human like, we all, I don't know what the big deal is. That's it's the same thing with periods, you know. I don't know where this, what's V1, guys? What's V1? 6? I don't know Roman numerals. Okay, so let me cover them. The Lovers card indicates a powerful relationship full of connection and communication. Whether romantic or not, this relationship is mutual and both parties share the same love for each other. The Lovers card confirms that the energy within this connection is genuine and has the potential to be long-lasting. So I feel like maybe it's not necessarily like, maybe it is a romantic, maybe it's just like a partnership, like, within this new endeavor. But I feel like it's genuine, you guys communicate. And I don't know, I have good energy, like, regarding it, but I can't, like, decipher what this really has to do with that new idea. Maybe they are just like a cherry on top, like the sprinkles. Or maybe they're who help you with, like, the miscommunication and, like, the new idea and, like, grounding you and help you do it. Because the next one is the Queen of Wands, and I feel like that's this, like, whoever I'm reading for, like, the collective's energy. Like, you started off, like, not scared, but, like, not really knowing what to do, but, like, knowing you needed to get out of a situation. And this is truly your energy, is the Queen of Wands. And I feel like once you go through it, you become the Queen of Wands. So let me see. Give me 1 minute. So the Queen of Wands. This queen is well respected and appreciated by her people. She is socially aware, respectable, confident, and full of charisma. So I feel like that's who you are when you get yourself out of the situation. You follow your new idea and, like, the things that create, like, excitement and joy for you, and it'll be a financial gain. Remember to speak clearly and stay grounded. But I feel like you're gonna have people who, like, help you with that along the way. And yeah, and just, like, follow this new idea with excitement, because you are the Queen of Wands and you're socially aware, respectable, confident, and full of charisma, and you can do it. And so what was the, like, the energy for this reading? So the first one was the 7 of Wands, but I felt like, which was under it, the Chariot wanted to come out and, like, tell us something. So let's see, where's Wands? Okay. Don't fold the paper, please. So, the 7 of Wands. In your current situation, you may face conflict and opposition. You have the upper hand and will come out on top if you are persistent. Yeah, so that's why I was like, okay, yes, this feels like this is the energy, but I feel like this has, like, the Chariots has more to say regarding it. So yes, in your current situation, you may face conflict and opposition, but you have the upper hand. You have that Queen of Wands energy. And you will come up on top, but you have to remain persistent and, I'm sure, grounded and also wise and creative. But let's see what this Chariot has to say. Okay, so the Chariot symbolizes the potential changes and obstacles that you may face, but with the Chariot energy, you will overcome them with ease and reach your desired goals. Now is a time to be prepared for opposition and to remember that you have the power to overcome them. So yeah, don't fret, don't stress. You have the power, that energy to overcome any opposition, miscommunication, and maybe ungroundedness, unsteadiness. Because you have that power, you have that community. Covered them. You have that community, and you have the idea and the discipline, and it's all drawn out for you. You just have to trust and put in the effort, the work, but like also know like it's gonna happen regardless. Stay grounded, stay loving, stay wise, stay creative, and you got this. And I'm so excited for you and your new beginning. Mwah! Have a great week. Love you all. I just wanted to take a minute and remind everyone to continue watching what's going on in Minnesota, what's going on in California. I don't really know where else are hotspots right now, but just a little reminder to continue looking up to see what's going on. All eyes should be on Minnesota, California, and any other hotspots that you may know of. There's a website that you can look and see where hotspots are, but we should all be online looking and seeing the videos for ourselves so that we're all informed and know what's going on. Okay? Be safe. Stay well. I should have put this message towards whatever. It's okay. Life happens. That was so much fun though. Oh, we're still recording on here, aren't we?